Everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys can tell we're going to be talking about Kaspa, so let's waste no more time and take a look at what's really happening with Kaspa's price right now. Looking across the board, I'm sure if you guys watch my XRP updates on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure you guys know what's happening. Monday we did see a little bit of a minor pullback due to the tariff conversations really kicking in once again. But Bitcoin's looking great regardless of that. Bitcoin has been able to reclaim back above $108,000, which again, in my opinion, is very, very important sign that we shouldn't really be ignoring. But in a grand scheme of things, if we're looking at the 24 hours, we have seen our retracement. But if you're looking at the last 1 hour, starting to see market kind of going back into the green, which of course is nice to see, and that is due to Bitcoin actually breaking out as of recording this update. And of course, when I pull out the charts, things will make more sense. Looking at Kaspa, down about 3.3% in USD, down about 3% in Bitcoin comparative, market cap at 1.97 billion. Pretty much, if we were to round it up, we're sitting at about 2 billion, and the price is at about 7.5 cents, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $68 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So look at the dominance. Dominance is still ranging above this key support line of about 65.12%. And again, if you watch my updates every single day, this is a level that I want you guys to be paying very close attention to, because if we drop below it, I think it would be quite significant for the dominance, because we actually haven't been below this since June 20th. So we're approaching about a month's time where we have seen the dominance, ranging above 65% range. Obviously, if you want to see something like what we have seen back in May, we need to understand May had a completely different, time frame in terms of the dominance. You can see this for yourself. We just saw a sharp decline, so you would need something like that happening in order for us to get that confirmation. But if you're looking at BTC, as I stated earlier in the video, we are seeing the price of Bitcoin kind of pushing back towards the upside. Of course, we have broken out of our December all-time high. Now we are going to be approaching the level at 109,000, pretty much open to that. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does touch that as we do go further into the morning. So, Bitcoin's looking amazing. Yes, initially we did see a little bit of a minor pullback due to, the tariff conversation, but you can see, Bitcoin still holding on to that momentum that we've been discussing on a daily basis. And it's looking like we could be seeing those price points really coming to life sooner rather than later. But now if you're looking at Kaspa over here, guys, you can see this for yourself. Kaspa has been ranging, nice consolidation here. Again, I want you guys to honestly take a look at Kaspa on an hourly perspective. Look at it for yourself. We're starting to see Kaspa really holding the ground around the 7.2 cents mark. Pretty much, I would say, since June 23rd, we have been in this accumulation pattern. You can see we have just been below that key range that I've discussed with you guys, but like I said, we cannot ignore this accumulation pattern that's playing out. And I think the next breakout will take us back into this blue zone, where it's very, very important for us to be. Of course, I've discussed that countless of times, and we actually did get to that back in May. But again, at this point, everyone should be aware, because I still see on a daily basis, people always comparing the price in May for a lot of coins, not just Kaspa, but they overlook what's happening with the index itself. Index was sitting at about 61.8% compared to 65.29%. Believe it or not, that is quite a major difference in terms of those two things. So I am projecting this consolidation to end, especially once we break out of this key range. But right now we need to keep in mind where BTC is sitting. Bitcoin's actually looking great, but you want to see and pay very close attention to the dominance to get that confirmation. Let me know down below what you guys think. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.